If you did not see the snap or the post, we're changing things up this morning. We're going to start with a strength format, and then we're going to go into a Pilates at 6 a.m. Starting with those arm circles, go ahead and flip. Take it in the other direction. Good. And hold it overhead. We're going to go into that right stretch, finding that length through that oblique, using that core to pull us back to center. Do not have to overstretch this one, just so you feel that nice pull through that oblique, back to center, to the right, center, to the left. Good. Go ahead and drop it over into that forward fold. We're just going to find that length through the back of our legs. Good. I want you to flip those wrists. So you're thinking palms down, flip the wrists, palms up. Just kind of putting a little bit of pressure to that push towards the floor. And walk it out. We're going to walk it out to high plank. At high plank, we're going to set that right foot forward. Letting your hips sink into that stretch a little bit here, pushing that right knee open. Good. We're going to pull everything back up to neutral, reaching that right arm towards the ceiling. Good. Do that wrist roll. Nice big circle with that arm. And back to high plank. To the left side, same thing. We sink those hips, letting those knees push open slightly. We're going to pull everything back up into that neutral position before we take that left arm towards the ceiling, rolling that wrist. Nice big arm circle. Back down to the floor. Good. At high plank, we're going to drop those knees. We're going to pick up that left knee. Upper body lifts. Both hands are going to be on that left knee. We're going to take that right arm, reaching it open, back to center. We're going 3 of these. Open it. Eyes are following that right hand. 2. We go 3. Good. That right knee is now lifted. Both hands on it. Left arm opens that back wall. Eyes stay with that left hand. We open for 2. And we open for 3. Both knees down, hands to the floor. We're going to tuck those toes under, shooting those hips towards the ceiling, pushing that upper body back towards the top of those thighs. You can then alternate dropping right heel, left heel, pedaling out. Trying to warm up that back side of that body. Good. Walk it in. Hold that fold. And we're going to slowly roll it up. Good. Go ahead and take it into jumping jacks. Just to kind of get that whole body working together, getting that blood pumping. Just need about 15 seconds out of you here. And stop. Nice job. All right, our format, we're going back to an old format. You have got 2 exercises. You are going to go for 5 consecutive minutes, okay? First exercise is going to be 50 seconds. Second exercise will be 10, 40, 20, 30, 30. Back up that ladder, or back down that ladder on one side, and back up that ladder on the other. For our first 2 groups of exercises, they're going to be both legs. So you are going to want to grab weights. Most of you are going to land in that 15 to 20 pound range. If you need to take it down, you can take it down. If you want to take it up, you can take it up. So exercise 1, we're just going reverse lunges with a pulse. So you'll step it back, pulse it, step to center. Our 10-second exercise, we're going those over the fence, keeping those dumbbells close to those shins and dropping it over. All right, so now starts 5 minutes on the clock. You're going 5 minutes, continuous, breaking down each minute with a ladder that climbs and a ladder that drops. Starting with reverse lunges with a pulse. Ready? And go. So round one, you've got 50 seconds on those reverse lunges with that pulse. Dumbbells are hanging at your sides. You are challenging yourselves in the heavy of that weight. Remember, those legs are on 2 parallel lines. Keeping that little bit of distance, step it back. Up an inch, down an inch, push to center. Up an inch, down an inch, push to center. In 10 seconds, we're dropping over into that over the fence. Remembering to keep that chest just slightly lifted, shoulder blades together, and switch. We drop into that over the fence. Only 10 seconds here. You're only going to get a couple to few reps. 3, 2, 1. We go right back into reverse lunge with a pulse. Step to center. That pulse is up an inch, down an inch. Good. This round we go 40-20. Lower it, lift it. Good. Keeping that chest lifted. You don't have to be upright, but don't let that upper body round. You want that little bit of that hinge. 5 seconds. Then we're stepping to center for that over the fence. And switch. Twenty seconds on that over the fence. We go back to alternating reverse lunge with a pulse in 3, 2, 1. Stepping into that reverse lunge. 30 seconds this round. Keeping that first group of exercises backside focused. Good. Pulse that reverse lunge. Step to center. Staying on 2 parallel lines. We take it to that over the fence in 3, 2, 1. Going to over the fence for 30 seconds. We are working on minute 3 of 5. Dumbbells stay close to those shins. Slide it down, driving those hips back forward. You're finding that clench through that back side. Hamstrings and glutes. Squeeze, then back up to that upright. Lower body effort here. Drop it. Squeeze as you drive those hips forward. And switch. We go to that reverse lunge with a pulse for 20 seconds on round 4. Good. Step it back. Pulsing it. Step back. Pulse. Continuing to challenge the heavy of those weights that you grabbed. Good. And switch. Keeping those shoulder blades slightly squeezed together here. Sliding those dumbbells right down the front of those shins. Lifting and squeezing through that back side. Just over 10 seconds to go. Then we come back for our 5th and final round. 3, 2, 1. Reverse lunge with a pulse. 10 seconds is all. Pulse it, step to center. Pulse it, step to center. 3, 2, 1, going into that over the fence for 50 seconds. Every single rep gets that clench and squeeze through that back side. We're sliding those dumbbells right down the front side of those shins, making sure that upper back, that we're not separating with those dumbbells and rounding through that upper back. Think about keeping those shoulder blades slightly pulled together in that neutral space here. Slide it down. We lift and squeeze it up. Those hips slightly hinge, pushing back. Drop it over. Then we activate hips and glutes, squeezing ourselves back up into that upright position. 10 seconds to go to finish it out. 3, 2, 1, and stop. Dumbbells down. You have a full 30 seconds off. Grab a quick drink. We are moving to an upper body group. You are going to want to grab weights that are right for a bent over row. So you want to choose a little bit on the heavy side, but you also need to be able to do a hammer curl. Okay, so for most of you, that's probably going to be in that 12 to 15 pound range. If you can take it up to 20, take it up to 20. If you need to take it down to 10, take it down to 10. All right, so first exercise, we are in that bent over position, just a slight. You do not have to be over bent over on this one, just that slight hinge forward. Arms are at our sides. We're getting that bent over row. Making sure with every pull, we're getting that backside squeeze. Pinch the shoulder blades together, slow and controlled on the release. And then we're going to upright it, and we're going into hammer curls, leveraged off that body and curling. We start with 10 seconds or 50 seconds on the, nope, just kidding. It's 10 seconds at flips, 10 seconds on the bent over rows, 50 seconds on the hammer curls. Ready? And go. 10 seconds on those bent over rows. Then we take it into 50 seconds of those hammer curls. And switch. 50 seconds on those hammer curls. Keeping that core nice and tight, keeping those dumbbells off that body. Full range of motion here. Making sure that we're not swinging with momentum. We're lowering to full range, right back up into that curl without swinging into that curl. Control those dumbbells for 50 seconds here. Hammer curl it. Chest stays lifted. Arms stay engaged. Keep that body moving. From here, we go back to that bent over row for 20 seconds and just under 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Going back to that bent over row. "20 seconds on that bent over row." Then we upright it for those curls in 3, 2, 1. Upright for those hammer curls. 40 seconds on the clock. No momentum. Squeeze that core, curl that weight. We're going full range of motion. So you're dropping all the way to the bottom, reinitiating that movement without a rock. Squeeze the core, curl the weight, keeping those weights leveraged off that body at the bottom of that curl. You've got 10 seconds to go. Then we drop it over for 30 seconds on that bent over row and switch. We hinge, pull, and squeeze. Feel that shoulder blade squeeze on that back side. You're holding that squeeze. As you release those arms, you're maintaining that backside squeeze. 30 seconds. In 10 seconds, we're going to upright it for those hammer curls. 3, 2, 1. Upright that body. You're going right into those hammer curls for 30 seconds. Keep that core tight, keep that chest lifted, keep those arms firing, making sure that when we're coming down, we're just leveraged slightly off that body. So you're getting into those shoulder caps as well in that hold. We go back to that bent over row in 3, 2, 1. 40 seconds on that bent over row. Pull and squeeze. You're pinching those shoulder blades together at the top. Then you're slowly releasing, trying to hold that squeeze that you've created as you're lowering those arms. Those arms will get to where it forces you to release at the top. Let those arms find it. Don't just pull and drop. Good. Pull and squeeze. Then we come back for our 5th and final round. 10 seconds on those curls. In 5 seconds, we're uprighting it. 3, 2, 1. Upright it. You've got 10 seconds on those hammer curls. Squeeze the core, curl the weight. Then we come back to those bent over rows. And switch. Dropping it over. Pull and squeeze. Find that pinch. Control that release. You're not pulling and dropping. You're chasing it all the way to the end here. Backside squeeze. Ten seconds left. Pull and squeeze. Slow release. 3, 2, 3 seconds off. Set those dumbbells down. Shake it out. All right, we go back to a lower body focus. You, again, will be somewhere in that 12 to 20 range, depending on where you're at. First one, we are going to do that deadlift to squat, okay? So you're just gonna drop it over. You can hop it open. You can just curl it up, okay? Whichever you need for how heavy you grabbed to that squat. Second exercise, you're gonna go a squat to press. So you're getting that total body with this round. Lower body focus, bringing in that upper body to get total body in it. We go back to 50-10. So you're climbing down with that first exercise. 50 seconds on that deadlift to squat. Ready and go. 5 minutes on the clock. So you drop it over into that deadlift. Curl it to those shoulders. If you want to hop it open a little bit, you can hop it open and reset it. Deadlift. Curl it to those shoulders. Squat. You're not chasing those reps. You're focused on that form. Allow that body to slow down. Chasing that lift. You got just over 10 seconds to go on that deadlift to squat. Then we take it to that squat to press to finish out that minute. In 3, 2, 1. So you squat, dumbbells are at your shoulders. We press. 1 squat to 1 press. Switch back to deadlift. Curl to squat. Deadlift. Curl to squat. 40 seconds. You're halfway there. 20 seconds down. You've got 20 seconds to go. Good. We go squat to press in 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds on that squat to press. Get those weights loaded at your shoulders. Squat it. Press it. Squeeze that core. Press that weight. We go back to deadlift to squat in 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds. Deadlift, curl to squat. You should feel that fatigue of engaging that total body for that lift. You've got just over 10 seconds on that deadlift to squat. Then we take it to that squat to press to finish out that minute in 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds, squat to press. Load it at your shoulders. Drop that butt for that squat. As you're standing, you're engaging that core so you're not leveraging through that back. Squeeze the core. Press the weight. Stay in that chase. You're halfway there. Squat it. Squeeze the core. Press the weight. Squat it. Press it. Good. We go back to deadlift to squat in 3, 2, 1. Deadlift to a squat. 20 seconds this round. Deadlift. Curl it to squat. 3, 2, 1. Dumbbells stay at those shoulders. 40 seconds. Squat it. Press it. Squat it. Press it. Chasing it for that full 5 minutes here. Squat to press. You've only got 20 seconds left on that squat to press. I want you to push hard, knowing you're going to the floor for upper body following these last 2 minutes here. Push it. 10 seconds, squat press. And switch. Deadlift to squat, 10 seconds. You're only going to get a couple of them in. Squat it. Good. Drop it over. And switch. We go squat to press for 50 seconds. Find it in you. Find that push. 1 squat. 1 press. You're exhaling on that press. Try not to hold your breath. 30 seconds left. You've already knocked out 20 seconds. 1 squat, 1 press. You're chasing it all the way to the end here. Push. Squat it. Press it. 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, and stop. Set those dumbbells down. Shake it out. Good round, you guys. For our next group, we are taking it to the floor. You are going to want weights that are doable but challenging for a skull crusher. So I would say that most of you are probably going to land in that 10 to 12 pound range. If you need to take it down, take it down. If you want to take it up, take it up. All right, same format, except we flip it again. So you're going to start with 10 seconds and climb up for that first exercise. And you will start with the high end on that second exercise. So you are going to go 10 seconds with those flies. Open and close. Everything is happening at that shoulder joint. I want you to make sure that low back isn't arched off that mat. I want you pressing that low back into that mat. Micro bend through those elbows. We open and close. Then your second exercise, we pin those elbows towards the ceiling, bend and press, making sure with each press, you're finding that squeeze through the back side of those arms, making sure that at no point you're just going through the motions. Continue to chase those squeezes. All right, we start with 10 seconds on the flies and 50 seconds on those skull crushers. 5 minutes on the clock. Ready and go. So 10 seconds on the flies. Low back is pinned. We open and close through that shoulder joint and switch. We pin at the top. Those elbows stay lifted towards the ceiling. We bend and extend, making sure that you're squeezing through those triceps with each extend. Bend and extend. Keep those elbows high. Make those triceps chase that lift. Bend it and extend. You've got 20 seconds left on those triceps. Knocking out that 50-second round to start here. Then we take it back into those flies for 20 seconds. In 5 seconds, we go to those flies. 3, 2, 1. We open and close. Micro bend through those elbows. Everything is happening through that shoulder joint. Open and close. Open and close. And switch back to those skull crushers for 40 seconds. Making sure that those elbows aren't starting to sink open. You want to keep them in line with your shoulders. Keep those elbows pointed towards the ceiling, making sure those elbows aren't shifting back with the drop and forward with the lift. Bend and extend, pinning those elbows to the ceiling. Good job, you guys. In 10 seconds, we go back to flies for 30 seconds. And switch. You've got flies for 30 seconds. Micro bend through those elbows, opening and closing through that shoulder joint. Nice job. Keep that body moving. And switch. Going back to those skull crushers. Bending and extending. In 5 seconds, we go back to those flies. And switch back to flies for 40 seconds. Open and close. Micro bend through that elbow. Open it and close it. Those wrists are facing each other. Shoulder joint opens and closes. Micro bend through that elbow. We go back to those skull crushers one more time to finish out in 3, 2, 1. Back to skull crushers. 10 seconds is all. Bend and extend. And switch back to flies to finish out. Keeping that low back pin, making sure that low back isn't starting to arch off the floor. I want you to pin it. Open and close. Micro bend through those elbows. Think about lowering those arms and lifting those arms, keeping it over top of that chest, not over those eyes. Lower it over that chest. Good. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and stop. Nice job. You've got a short break. Make your way to your feet quick. We've got a finisher that is going to be a body weight finisher. Grab that drink if you need that drink. For that body weight finisher, you are going to go just a forward lunge, step back, squat, alternating forward lunge, step back, squat. We are going to go 2 minutes on that group. Forward lunge to a squat, body weight, ready, and go. 2 minutes on the clock. 1 forward lunge, step back to center, 1 squat, forward lunge, step back, squat, forward lunge, step back, squat, lunge it, squat it. I want to challenge you to keep that body moving at that same pace for 2 minutes. Drop it. Try not to look for stalls. Stutter steps, eliminate those stutter steps. Forward lunge, step it back, squat it. You're coming out of that squat, stepping right into that next lunge. Step back, squat, forward lunge, step back, squat. Good. Keeping that body moving, keep pushing. There is your first minute. Maintain it for that second minute. Continuing to work that lower body strength while pushing into that endurance end of it. Staying in that body weight. Good. Step it forward, step back. We're dropping right into that squat. You've come this far in the chase. Stay with it. 30 seconds left. You've got 90 seconds down. Step back, squat. Do not cheat it. You can do it. Shorten that stride a little bit. Don't get too far out on that step. You're down to 15 seconds. You've got 1 minute and 45 seconds down. Stay with it. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. And stop. All right, you guys, that is it for strength today. If you're sticking around, 6 a.m. is Pilates. Have a good one, you guys. Bye.